Alright, so what we're working on today is another thing that I haven't ever done before, and that's we're going to attempt to replace the battery on this Pokemon Yellow cartridge. So I know that they contain a battery, and it does have a tendency to deteriorate over time, of course, as with any battery. They're not going to last forever. So basically what you can do is you can buy replacement batteries, and I have acquired it's like a box of like 12 of them, and they're the CR2032 batteries. They come with the tabs attached, and they are bent in a way that doesn't work, of course, so I have to bend them to become more compatible. It is slightly bigger, I believe, than what the battery that is in here normally, but I'm hoping that I can actually make it work. So, of course, you need a different type of screwdriver to unscrew the screw on the back of the actual cartridge itself. Now again, much like the Switch Joy-Con cases, if I've put out that video before this, or at all, this is the first time I've ever done this, so it's an experiment, basically. This is not my only copy of Pokemon Yellow, thankfully, so it's just something that I've been wanting to try. It's a little bit dirty, and so I'll probably clean this up after the fact, but once you've removed the screw, you can slide the casing down and then lift it up, basically. It's like a little plastic cabinet, or casing. That's what it is. So here you have the original battery, and you can see it's soldered onto these 2 points, and that's basically it. We need to remove this battery, and then we can solder in our new one. And it should be going in on this orientation. So we're all set here. That was super freaking loud. I'm going to try this solder sucker. Alright, hopefully now we have the heat that we need. There we go. It's been forever since I've soldered anything. I used to do it all the time in electronics class in high school. I miss it. It's kind of fun. Huh? Wasn't enough. I need one of those. I need a pair of those, like, magic hands or whatever they're called. Progress. Alright, one battery removed. That is quite possibly the worst thing that I have ever done. I literally could not have done worse. But basically just need to find out if it works. It could just be the fact that I didn't bend it down close enough. Okay. Batteries in there tight. Whatever save was on there, because it did actually still hold a save, is gone. Try and get through this as quickly as possible. I could be using a better Game Boy for this. Okay, now that we're in the game, hit save. Okay, and then we can reset. We can find out whether I really royally fucked it up or not. Well, it does register. So there you go. I guess I didn't like completely screw it up, but for my first time, I will say that's not bad. I could have done it a lot cleaner, and I probably will go back and clean it up. But I'll save that for a time when I'm not doing this on film. But anyway, it is definitely possible, and as a beginner, I don't feel too intimidated by it. And I could use this technique to replace the save batteries on basically any of the old Nintendo cartridges, NES, Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, Game Boy, anything of that nature. So I'm glad that I know how to do it. I think that's the main purpose of this video, is that can I do it? And I'm happy with that. So part of this is because I want to actually start trying to be able to modify a Game Boy. Like, the screen is bad, it needs a backlight, and I could do a whole lot of things to like clean up this and make it work better, and I think that's my goal. I'm really going to sort of teach myself a lot of stuff, so that's the plan. And again, remember, this is the very first time that I've ever done this, so go easy on me. Wasn't quite happy with the results. Practice, of course, makes things a little bit easier. So after I had replaced the battery in the Game Boy cartridge, I did attempt to replace them in a Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and a Nintendo 64 cartridge. And I will say that as I actually continued along, it did get significantly easier. These boards are actually easier to work with as well. It requires less bending of the battery tabs, but basically each of these systems uses the same style battery, and I was able to actually come in here and effectively get them all taken care of. I actually thought that they were a lot simpler, and it might just be because it gives you more room to work with, and the fact that these batteries are bent to the correct locations in this particular case. I didn't have to adjust it as much as I did for the Game Boy cartridge, but it just goes to show that even like a person that is new to this type of activity can actually do it without ruining anything. So that does make me happy. This is by no way a tutorial on how to do it. This is just a person who wants to attempt to do something and teach themselves something. But thank you for watching. If you do like this, just let me know. And talk to me in the comments. Give me some tips and pointers. I definitely know that I need the little helping hand things to help hold the systems while I'm doing this, or hold the PCB boards while I'm doing this, so I can help like actually pry out the battery at the same time. But I'd really like to hear feedback. I'd really like to hear tips. I'd like to know as much as I possibly can. So thank you for watching. We'll see you later. Bye bye.